welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be discussing Saints and Sinners episode 6. I did it to survive, y'all. Now in this episode was a couple of folks that was doing things to try to survive. So finally we come to the night that Levi and the news station, they're supposed to be receiving their award for their high ratings while they've been, you know, covering the organ ring, and Levi looking all spiffy, and he's got Angela and Ray Ray and Lady Ella with them. From now on, I'm gonna be trying to refer to her as Lady Ella because we've been getting a little bit too familiar, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back to call her Lady Ella, give her respect, put some respect on her name. But yeah, so the unlikely crew is, you know, snapping pictures for the photogs and stuff, but you know, they just putting on a face for the photos. They ain't really like that Lady Ella and Angela, they having a little exchange, and they're like, you know, don't get it twisted, I still don't rock with you, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put on a smile for the people, for the camera. So yeah, they mixing and mingling with the folks, and of course they catching some side eyes. And Tony, you know, Tony was Lady Ella's partner, you know, with the task force and everything. He is hot, he's real hot up under the collar. So he approaches Ella and he's like, look, I'm taking you down, I know you crooked, I got my eyes on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of this crime that's running rampant and stuff. And she's like, you ain't the first, like, bring it on, ain't nobody worried about you. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about Lady Ella is she done went toe to toe with some of the baddest, and she ain't afraid of nothing. And Tony, he is upset. He is back there just tossing up cocktails like throughout the whole shindig. I was like, look at this officer. He about to be lit as a Christmas tree at the thing. That's not, you know, professional. Then of course Jabari is there and stuff, and Angela, she gotta come over and antagonize him. She loves antagonizing him. She rubbing that belly or whatever. We gonna see if there's a real baby up in there. I hope we do, but she keep rubbing that belly with her hands on that belly and everything. She's like, I'm finna be your baby mother. But anyway, she's like, yeah, she's approaching him because she wants him to give her his share of the news station or whatever, because she's trying to go out victorious. She's trying to land on top. She's done skimmed and schemed, and this is the ultimate come up for her. This little bun that she got in the oven, she's gonna be milking that. I forgot to mention that Ray Ray finally told Jabari that Rex killed his father, and then Jabari confronted Rex and almost pulled out the gun on him at the gala and shot him right there. We also see Kendrick and Anna in this episode. They're back or whatever. They're at the party as well, and Kendrick is just in la la land. He is so happy with Anna because she's reminding him of Stacia and everything, and he's telling Tam, like, look, I want Anna to be one of the trustees for, you know, the trust fund that I'm doing in Stacia's name. And Tam's kind of looking at him like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I got the paperwork, I just need you to sign off. Like, this is a very, you know, lucrative trust fund and stuff, so you can see it in Tam's face that she's like kind of hesitant about it, but I guess she like, oh well, it ain't really my money, like I'm just doing what Kendrick want me to do or whatever. So she's like signing the papers and everything for him. Then he turns around, he announces it to Anna, and she's kind of looking like, are you sure that you want to do this? You know, she read the paperwork and stuff, and she's like, oh my gosh. So you can tell, like, in her mannerisms and her expressions, like how she be looking and stuff when he's got his back turned and stuff, you know, that something going on, something ain't all the way right with her, but it seems like she's kind of conflicted. Like, she doing some things that, you know, she knows it's wrong, but she's doing it anyway. But she's wrestling with it in her heart, whether or not, you know, she should be going along with whatever kind of plan, whatever kind of scheme that she's in the middle of. Kendrick, he looks around the way, he sees Ray Ray, he's like, oh no, that's the man that tried to kill my mom. So he bum rushed Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? This man like 7 feet tall, about 300 pounds. You know, Kendrick, you know, substantially smaller. I'm like, he got heart, don't he? So security coming, they like try to break them apart or whatever. They about to toss Kendrick up out the party. They about to do like her Uncle Phil used to do Jazzy Jeff on Fresh Prince and throw him out the party, you know what I'm saying, embarrass him and everything. And Anna's like, hold on, what you doing? Like, nah, she's trying to get him, you know, to leave Ray Ray alone. He's like, Ray Ray's like, y'all, don't worry about it, sweetheart. He ain't worried about Kendrick and stuff. So Kendrick is like, yeah, you tried to kill my mama, da, da, da. And it's funny how like they go at it between each other. And I'm not sure yet. Y'all let me know. Does Kendrick know that him and Ray Ray are brothers? Because it seemed like Ray Ray was about to tell him, but he didn't outright come and like tell him. But Ray Ray did look at Anna. He's like, you know, you ain't been showing up for work and all this other stuff, and your customers been asking about you. I'm about to put you back on the pole. And Kendrick like, you ain't finna do that with her. She good. She good. She don't do that anymore. She good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking like, then that kind of had me a little bit confused. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Were y'all confused? Because I'm thinking that Anna is working with Ray Ray. She's getting close to Kendrick for some, you know, plan that Ray Ray got going on. Or maybe Ray Ray was trying to throw off Kendrick so that Kendrick wouldn't know that him and Anna are working together. That could be a strong possibility. But yeah, so they had their little squabble and everything, and you know, they part ways. And so Anna's like, yeah, I'm finna go home and everything. I'm finna go back to the house. You stay here, you protect your mom. I was like, girl, you know you funny. Kendrick protecting Lady Ella. Lady Ella don't need no protection. And if anything, she would be the one protecting Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick ain't even no match for his grandma or auntie. He ain't even no match for Leona. What make you think he can protect Lady Ella? But anyway, she was trying to be funny with that one. But yeah, she's like, yeah, you stay here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna head home. Da 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 da. And we see later in the episode when Kendrick leaves the event, he goes back home. He's trying to push the button for the garage opener to open so he can drive in. It's not working. He's like, okay, what's going on with that? Then he goes and he tries to open up the front door with his key. His key not working. And he's like banging on the door, and he's like calling out for Anna, like, Anna, can you open the door? She's standing up in the house and she's looking out in the window. She's standing there just looking. And he's like, what you doing? Like, open the door. This chick done changed the locks and everything. I'm like, it's her house now. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And the way she's standing there, she's kind of got like an evil look on her face. And I'm like, is she doing this to survive? Like, is she doing this because she's being forced by somebody to do this? Or was this her plan all the time? You know what I'm saying? Because she just tricked them. You know what I'm saying? She busted a little trick on them. You know what I'm saying? Lady of the night. So yeah, going back to Tam, you know, Tam's at the gala and everything, but she's still, you know, trying to figure out what's going on with Miles. So she comes up with the bright idea to go and, you know, confront Rex. And she's like, you know, she's talking to Rex and basically telling me like, look, you need to let me know what's going on with Josie, where she got Miles at and all this other stuff. He's like, I ain't telling you nothing, boss. You think you big, you bad, you flossing all your money and stuff. I ain't helping you, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't know Tam had it in her. She pickpocketed that man and took his phone. That was real smooth to her, whatever. So in the meantime, we know Miles, he's up there being held captive in the cabin in the woods. And so Josie, she's slipping him these little blue pills and stuff. And so she's, you know, making sure, she's thinking that he's swallowing them and stuff. And he real slick. He hiding the pill up under his tongue. And he ends up putting one of the pills up in her drink and stuff, you know, trying to get her to go to sleep. So, you know, he trying to survive. He trying to get up out of that cabin any kind of way he can. So he in his little wheelchair, whatever. He scooch on while she's sleeping on the couch. He goes, grabs the keys, goes outside, gets in the truck. He trying to crank the truck up. It's not cranking. He's like, what's going on or whatever. He's all upset. He blasting the horn. And the whole time, I'm like, no. I'm like on the edge of my seat, y'all. I'm over there praying like, no, you gotta make it. You gotta make it. And so he's like defeated. He come back in the house. And he tries to put the key back. While he put the key back, she wakes up. She's like, what you doing? He's like, oh, I was grabbing you a blanket or whatever to put over you. So, you know, she's like, let me help you back to your bed. You want some water? So he like, yeah. She gets up to go to the kitchen. He sees her phone. He grabs it or whatever. So she put him back in the bed. He got the phone. He's like trying to call out. And ain't really got no service because, you know, he in the middle of nowhere. And eventually, him and Tam, you know, they get communicating on the phone. So he like, Tam, help me. Josie trying to kill me. Like, oh my gosh. She's like, why you ain't call me? He like, girl, I couldn't call you. She holding me captive. Like, come on now. That was funny to me when she was like, why you ain't call me? I was like, really? But anyway, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna track your phone and stuff. So then Josie busts up in there like the crazy woman she is. And she's like, what are you doing? I can't believe you're doing this to us. you know, talking to him and stuff. And she got the duct tape. She tried to duct tape him, and she got the phone, and it's Tam. And Tam's like, look, Josie, she's trying to be like a hostage negotiator. That's what Tam was trying to do. She's like, Josie, we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Things are going too far and everything. She's like, no, we keep talking about it. And so, you know, she hangs up the phone, and Miles is like, Tam is on her way. You know, Tam is gonna save me. And Josie's like, you gonna regret this. She, you know, put the duct tape around his mouth. He all coughing and stuff. He probably dying. I'm like, oh my gosh. And Tam, she done track this location on the phone. And I'm like, girl, you don't know what you walking up into, because Josie got a whole closet full of artillery, enough to outfit a small army. I hope that Tam stays strapped. You know what I'm saying? She really need to get that info to the cops. For real, because she need to just cut her losses with Miles and not even try to get herself involved in that, because Miles made his bed when he decided to lay with her friend. You know what I'm saying? He know that she was going to turn into a crazy lady. It was going to be a fatal attraction situation, but hey, that's the choice that he made. If I was her, I'd just get the info to the cops, let them handle it, because she going to go up in that cabin, and we all know that Josie, she done snapped. You know what I'm saying? She on the next season of Snap. She be done, you know, laid Tam out, and Tam ain't ready for that. But yeah, so going back to the party and everything, you know, Ray, he looking all spiffy and everything, and finally we see him and Leona interact. That's one thing that I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to seeing scenes with them interacting and her trying to like build some type of relationship or rapport with her son, because that's her only, you know, real relative or whatever that she gave birth to. That's her only birth child. So, you know, it was interesting seeing their exchange. And this lady is such an egomaniac. She's talking to him and she's like, you know, basically like, yeah, I'm your mother, and even though I wasn't there physically, every time something went wrong in your life and then magically something happened to like fix everything, that was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always knew what you had going on. I always reached out to, you know, help you out of sticky situations. And he's just like, you really try to take credit for me and my success and what I became? Like, I'm nothing like you. You know what I'm saying? And at first I thought I was seeing like some traces of him being a little human, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you know, it's natural for him to feel abandoned and, you know, betrayed and feel like, well, why didn't you want me? Why didn't you want to raise me? You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was feeling that with him. And then, you know, when Christy came and he was talking to her, and she was talking about, you know, your mom is dying and she needs a kidney, maybe you could get tested and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, you know. He approached Leona. He was like, you didn't tell me you was dying and stuff. And, you know, she was like, you know, I can't believe she told you that, you know. I don't want you to know anything about that. And then when he yanked her up, he was like, I hope you die a slow death, a painful death. I was like, I mean, he switched like a light switch. I said, oh, Lord, the grand old lady. I said, ooh, well, there goes that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants you to die. You can't be expecting a kidney from him. You're going to have to kill him. But yeah, dude, Leona, she on the phone with somebody. She's like, change of plans. Like, I guess she was playing that the whole time. She was really expecting this man to get her a kidney. And I'm wondering who she was on the phone with. Like, I was wondering if maybe she was talking to Wilhelmina. Do y'all think Wilhelmina is coming back? Y'all remember Wilhelmina? I think Dr. Wilhelmina might be coming back. But anyway, we saw at the beginning of the episode when Christy was getting ready at the house, you know, for the event or whatever. You know how us girls be, we be getting ready, we be looking at us, so we like, oh, we look cute, we got a little dress on, got a little hair done, we be like in our zone, dancing and everything, like, you know, she was kind of getting it like that, you know what I'm saying? And left her guard down, she left her safe open. I'm like, who leaves their safe open? Like, even if you don't think nobody in your house, you always close and lock your safe. What you doing, girl? So, you know, she leave out, driver come pick her up, and then we see somebody sneak into her house. So at first I'm thinking that the person's probably working with Dr. Ross. Like, what in the world was going on? But anyway, so like at the gala, everybody's sitting down and stuff, and Tony, the detective, he's still, you know, seething at the mouth, foaming at the mouth. You know, he want Ella and stuff. He done confronted Ray Ray too, you know, about the whole situation. Ray Ray like, might got something for you, might got a little proposition for you, you know what I'm saying? So Levi, he getting up there, he making his little speech, and he's just, you know, beaming in the light, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like, you know, all these people, they counted me out. You know what I'm saying? They done did me wrong. Like, I started off on the right path and they done turned me into a sinner. You know, kind of sort of like Tony. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tony was trying to be on the right side of the law. Then he said all these bad people getting away with everything. Now he's like, you know, what's the use of me playing fair? So Levi, he's just having his moment. And we know earlier in the episode, he done talked to Chrissy and stuff. Because, you know, him and Christy, they have history together. And she chose her mama over him. You know what I'm saying? So she's feeling like, you know, everything going right. You should have been with the winning team. You know what I'm saying? I was right, you know, all along. So, you know, he has this envelope delivered to him, you know, while he's on stage. I'm looking, I'm like, that's the envelope. He's the one that's the hired the man to break into Chrissy's house. So at first, I'm thinking that it's an envelope with, like, info to, like, you know, tell the truth about the ordering and who was really behind it. No. It's the recording of Lady Ella admitting to murdering the police officer. Y'all remember that detective that was on her trail? Like, it was probably like maybe 2 seasons or so ago. Y'all remember he was on her like white on rice. You remember that? And then she killed that lady too. It was another person that she killed. She was like, Chrissy had recorded her. She had to record it, and she was, you know, choking the life out of Chrissy. And she was like, I did it to survive. I did it to survive. You know what I'm saying? And Levi, he was trying to get Chrissy to turn it in, and Chrissy almost turned it in, but then she was like, you know, I can't do it. And that was the end of her and Levi, and that's when we saw Levi, his character change. After that, he was like, you know what, I'm not trying to be good no more. I'm not trying to be on the right side of the law. You know, I was trying to turn this lady in. Now all bets are off. Now I'm playing dirty. So then, you know, police come up to Lady Ella and stuff. They about to drag her up out of there in cuffs. And you know what? Did y'all look at Lady Ella's face? She didn't look like, you know, normal criminal. Like, oh my gosh, she looked like, I know you did. She looked like there is going to be hell to pay. And one thing we know about Lady Ella is she always land up on her feet. So it's only a matter of time before we see the repercussions that are gonna come about because of this. Because we all know y'all don't come against the family. Y'all don't come against the first family of the church now. Y'all don't do that. But yes, I really enjoyed this episode and just seeing that recording come back after all these seasons. Like, everything's just coming, you know, everything's just tying itself up for me. You know what I'm saying? It's the last season. Everything's tying up, y'all. I'm liking it. So yeah, drop down in the comment section and let me know what you all thought of this episode. Try to keep my comments and stuff a little brief because I'm getting over a cold, so you know your girl is a little nasally and everything. But yeah, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. Y'all can look out for my Saints and Sinners recaps and stuff. I'm gonna post them like either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.